Welcome to Dunsmore Moving Dirt. We're still at the yard, and hopefully if we miss this rain we're supposed to get tomorrow, I can get out and either go grub or do something else. The yard's just now drying up again. That was yesterday. That still had water standing out there. And I did a video of unloading the rake while the welder was putting the hitch on the drawbar, and I thought I had it all sound hooked up and my wire had come loose of my microphone on the camera, so all that is video. So anyway, while I was unhooking getting the rake off the trailer with the motor grader, the welder was over here working on my hitch. Got that put on the dozer. I think it looks pretty good. John Deere, or the salesman, come out and looked at it and he thought it looked pretty good. So anyway, got the ears put on for the rake. Got these put on. And he did a good job. We decided to leave this in case the last dozer I just cut all this off, but so we cut a slit in it and put it down in there and welded it, and that way it looks a little bit better than that big hole there. Got my cutting edges flipped over. These are new end bits, and then that was the cutting edge I had on the other dozer, and I pulled it off and I flipped them over, so I've got a new side fixing to run. And there's just not a whole lot of wore off on this cutting edge here. This part was on the ground before, so I may, if you can catch them like that, I could probably run this bottom one. That thing right there's probably got 800 hours on it, and it's just don't show much at all. That's what that hard surface paid off on that. So if I run this bottom side like that and leave it, I may take them back to him and don't have to do nothing else to the face of it. Just make about 3 passes maybe right on the tip of it and build that back up, and I can run them again and start over. So everything's working pretty good on that. And I really kind of glad this old sticky stuff's on the blade, or it would have been already rusted, but I just don't know how hard it is going to wear it off, wet as the ground is. But I'm afraid I'm going to be getting in my grubber if everything fits. So you can do that. And usually, I mean, it's just 2 weeks before June, and I've got enough moisture I can do a little bit of grubbing, so I might as well do that, or I won't do no more grubbing till later this winter. So anyway, got the other ear put on there, and then day before yesterday the salesman brought the condenser guard, put it on a big old pallet. We had it sitting out here, and I said, now you can send me a service truck out here and we can put that thing on. Maybe that thing's pretty good size, and it goes underneath that black deal on top. That brush guard and stuff goes on. So service truck come out yesterday, and I got on top, and he stayed on a ladder down here and worked the controls and where he could line these holes up. And we got that thing on there yesterday, so it's ready to go. All I got to do is find some dry ground. So what I'm going to do right now, I need to get that rake out of the middle of the yard. I'm going to pull over there, and we had the dozer over there, and he marked off where the ears was and tacked them, and then we unhooked it and come over here and where he could weld on it under here. And what we did, had a hailstorm come through, and so we moved everything underneath here. He was sitting out here a little bit, the welder, so we got that on, and then it was too wet to go back out there and screw around and try to get back in that rake. And so I'm going to do that now. And then where all that's roughed up, I meant in between rains, that was just like quicksand over there, because them cleats, grousers, some people call them cleats, some people call them grousers, they're almost 3 inches tall. And I guess that broke through my gravel where it was compacted down, where water wouldn't go down through there. And when I was screwing around trying to hook up to that rake, I broke that crust that gravel had, and now all that water, I see it rained an inch one day, and it didn't rain, and the next day it rained another inch. So that got like quicksand over there. So I'm going to try to see if the rake fits. If everything's all right there, I'm going to hook back onto my rake trailer back over here, load the rake on the trailer with the dozer, and get that parked, and get the grader and blade this yard before it rains again. I know there's a hole right there, and try to pack that back down, blade it and pack it back down in case it does rain again tonight. And I noticed this stuff here was getting a little bad because I just kept going back and forth with that dozer. And you can see how deep them cleats was going in the ground, and that started messing this up. So that over there on that edge is pretty good, because I always had a road over there to come circle around. So that's pretty tough, but this rest of it used to have a barn right here before I made a shop here, and had a set of lots and a horse barn and stuff right there. So anyway, then I did put some hard surface. I exchanged some teeth that come off of a valve ripper off the last dozer. Now these are John Deere teeth, and they're kind of squared up on the end, so I put a little bit of hard surface on them yesterday. I need to put them on there, but I can do that anytime. They're about as heavy, but I need to put them on there and take them off. It's on there. So I'm getting pretty close to getting this thing out, and I'm ready. So anyway, I may tie the camera up here on the cab and go over and get that rake, and all I want to do is pull up to it, put the pins in there and raise it up and sit it down, be sure it's like I want it, and then pull the pins back the trailer over and load it up. So we'll let y'all see some of that, maybe, hopefully with sound this time. I'll be sure and watch that little wire. either I'd hooked it or something, or it fell off. So this thing, I measured the height on it yesterday. Well, I had it up on them mats so it wasn't sinking in the ground in the deal. It likes half inch being 11 foot tall, and that other one was about 10.2 tall, so it's taller than that, but I'll double check it on the, when I get it on the trailer with everything aired up, the airbags and everything. See if I'm still under 14. I may be getting pretty close to 14, and that's what my bottom of my rafters are in the barn. And over here is where sometimes I'm loaded, I pull under there, and them start at 14 and they taper down. So I'm going to have to kind of watch. There's one bridge I got overpass I got to go under. The last time I looked, it was 13.9, and that was with that other dozer. So this thing's quite a bit taller than that other one, quite a bit heavier, and just everything's different. But I just want to get in and start running it and pushing a little dirt, moving a little dirt, and if I think my grubber's going to fit all right. It's the same distance where the trunnion ball is to the arms on the grubber. The only thing different is the distance to where it hooks on. But what that'll do when I hook onto my grubber, these hydraulic cylinders will be back about 10 inches from where they're at now. Of course, they're always out farther with the blade than they are that grubber. That grubber is pretty close to the front of the deal, but I think it ought to clear everything. I'll find out when I put it on there, but it's a little late when you get it on there to say it's not going to work. So they just change everything just enough. You got to kind of double check everything. So we're going to get this thing, the keys on this side. Everything's swapped sides from what it used to be. So. Okay, I think we got sound, and I hope we have a picture. Better get my pins. Got to figure where the center of the dozer is again. I think they changed up the bolts on the front of it. I had a bolt I could always look at, line up with, or what was the center of the machine. Of course, they changed the bolt pattern up, so. I was out in the middle of the pasture, I wouldn't mind it. I hate screwing around in this yard on that gravel. Oop. There we go. I was starting to get a little nervous. Down just a little bit. Glad I got a tilt. That would be terrible if you didn't. Aha. Back up just a hair. I hadn't figured out the seat belt deal yet. Every time you move, you gotta, of course if you unhook it and hook it back sitting on it, but if you don't want to have to do that, this thing don't do nothing. Aha! Success! I'm going to pick another spot to load it up in. I've got that about watered out. Looks like it's riding about where it's supposed to. Wonder what the chances are of that other pin being loose too. Probably not too good. Just what I thought. That wasn't too bad. Not as bad as it could have been. Okay. Okay. I'm going to shut this thing off right now, hook onto my trailer, and then I'll probably turn it back on while I load the rake. So in case anything exciting happens, I wouldn't want y'all to miss it. put you in the shade for a while. I bet it's hot up there. I know it was when I was putting that condenser guard on. My knees was burning. Okay, I set y'all in the shade. Maybe you won't get so hot. You're safer probably over there than you are any closer. So. I'll be in the air conditioner for a little bit, in and out. I think it's sometimes easier when I don't have that trailer hooked to my pickup, because I can level up the trailer the way it is now. It kind of leans to the back. And that rake wants to slide on this gravel. There we go. Let me get some stuff hooked to it so I can back up and try again. I'm gonna stick my foot in that one of these days and bust my rear end, I can tell already. That tilt's pretty touchy. I don't have my blade low enough. I don't know if I can do that without hitting the trailer or not. This blade may come up a little bit higher. I just can't see what I'm doing when I'm back here. And I wonder why my hitch is being a little bit, my gooseneck on the trailer. I know why. Tear up some more gravel. I'm fixing to blade it. I need to get it on there a little bit farther. And I still want to move the lever to go forward and backwards in the little button. Oh, no. That wasn't what it was supposed to do. That's why it helps if the trailer's level. Now, let me think. I almost said a bad word. I thought it, so I guess that's... If that come along hadn't been around there, I think it'd have hit the ground. That's okay. It's gone too far. It's gone too good before on camera, so it was time for a mess up. May be better if it just goes ahead and hits the ground, start all over. Well, try one more thing. I don't know what I'm going to do if I don't. This has probably happened once before, so. But I didn't have a camera filming it, so. Trouble is, I'm just don't know how tall that blade will raise up. I may have to back my grader up. Got to back y'all up just a little bit. Okay, we're back in action. The battery was just about to die, so I didn't have to let y'all see this, but you might as well see the good and the bad of everything. This might work and it might not. We'll have to hold it up or something. One thing about it, if it goes, it's going to take everything. So. Y'all will be safe, though, I think. Okay? I gotta back off of it just a little bit. I think that door's got a bigger hinge on it than it had before, but I don't know if that's... Yeah, I'm buckling my seatbelt again. Okay. Like that's the least of my troubles right now. One more tooth to get up on there and we might have it. I don't know. Wouldn't swear to nothing right now. Don't do that. Wouldn't slide. I may have been on the trailer. Tighten up my chain just a little bit. Had an excavator, this would be really simple. I might have been hung on that little piece of metal right there. I am so close to having that rascal. Okay. We almost got this rascal back up here again. I'm going to put that just in case. I need to push the front on there just a hair more. That's where I messed up a while ago, pushing the front on there. Leave well enough alone. Well, I'm going to chain it down before it falls off again, so I'm going to shut the camera off since all the excitement's over with. I'm going to chain it down, pull it over, unhook it, get in the motor grader and fix that mess. I want to show you what a mess I made over here. Look at that. Now, I need to get that bladed back and kind of packed down before it rains again. Right there is where I was, like I got stuck the other day, but now I have literally tore that up like a pig in there wallering around. So, see, there's that crust, and once you break through that crust right there, the water goes down. So, I'll fix that up after I park the rake. I guess I'm just going to leave that cable off for now and pull it over there. So, anyway, glad y'all got to see the big disaster, but we solved it. We figured it out. So, anyway, got to take the good with the bad. So, we'll let y'all see some of that after we get the yard fixed up and see what else I can get into. Bye. Okay. Got the yard bladed twice. I bladed it once, walked it in, brought the Dozer over, got the grub, removed it, then bladed it one more time. So that's all I'm going to fool with it right now. It looks a lot better than it did before I bladed it, I know that. So. Need one more load of gravel, but worry about that some other time, not right now. Got the grubber up here, got it out of the mud hole in case it rains. I believe I'm going to go grub. I just not 100% sure, but pretty sure. So. Well, when you just turn that Dozer, the ground just, everything moves out from underneath it. I turned it around out there and it's just so heavy and the ground was soft. When I started to turn, it just Look like he's pushing dirt with your tracks. So if I wasn't in the yard, I wouldn't care what it looked like because I can smooth it up. Which I can smooth it up anyway, so. Still a little soft out there in places, but it'll probably take a rain, then I can blade it again sometime, and it's just got to get that crust back on there. And I got to quit screwing around out here with that bulldozer. That's getting pretty thin right there. Of course, all that water comes up here, then it goes off down there, and then it goes to the tank, which the tank's full. It's back plumb up to that ditch right there, so. That's what it's supposed to do, so. So we'll see what tomorrow brings. Maybe pulling the new blade off. Not right there, I'll get it out of the way because it'll stay there for 2 or 3 days wherever I pull it off at, so. It's kind of clouding up back in the west. Like it might come a rain tonight, but whoever tells, so that's okay. It'll be summertime here pretty soon, and we'll wish we had some water. So anyway, got the yard looking pretty good. So that's about all the update on the new machine in there. We just ain't got it out working yet, so. We'll see what the next couple of days brings. If I can get it out, we'll get some video of it grubbing some mesquite tree. They ought to grub pretty good. I went up there this morning and looked and everything and had plenty of moisture. Like I say, usually this time of year, grubbing's over with, but we have actually had a spring this year and got plenty of water, so I like grubbing when the leaves is out, because the little bitty ones, you can see leaves, and them green leaves are, they show up better than they do. And then once the leaves fall off in the fall or the winter, you just got a little old stick there and you can't tell if it's a weed or not. But this time of year, them leaves, them little old mesquite plants just stick out like a sore thumb, so you can get a lot of them little ones. And when they got the leaves on them, you grub them and you kind of want to try to see if you got any misses or anything before you move off. So it don't take but a day or two when they got them leaves and you pull them up out of the ground, they'll sit in them leaves will turn yellow in a heartbeat. So you can look through there and you'll see a bunch of yellow. Then if you see just something green, you know you didn't get one pulled out of the ground. It may just have a little bit of root in there and you can run around over there and get them and everything. So anyway, till the next video, remember, keep your blade shiny and your tracks clean. Bye.